Question 1. The story to build a fire opens in what kind of a setting? Cold and harsh, warm and airy, moist and raining, harsh and dry. Option A, cold and harsh is the right answer. The setting of the story in the extreme cold of the largely uninhabited Yukon establishes the thematic role nature will play from the beginning of this story. Second question. However, there seemed to be an indescribable darkness over the face of things. Why was it so? Because it was night, because the sun was absent from the sky, because there was a cloud in the sky, none of the above. The right answer is option B, because the sun was absent from the sky. It's in the very first paragraph of the short story. However, there seemed to be an indescribable darkness over the face of things. That was because the sun was absent from the sky. Question 3. The Yukon lay a mile wide and hidden under dash feet of ice. 9, 6, 4, 3. Option D, 3 is the right answer. Who is the only companion of the man on this journey? An old man, a wolf dog, a pair of matchboxes, or a furry cat? The right answer is option B, a wolf dog. How does the dog look upon the man? As his fire provider, as his master, as his toil slave, or as his friend? The right answer is option A, as his fire provider. Now, the next question, how does the man look upon the dog? As his beloved pet, as his only companion, as his toil slave, or as his savior? The right answer is option C, as his toil slave. What is the central theme of the story? Man versus animal, man versus dog, man versus nature, man versus cold. C is the right answer, man versus nature. The story to build a fire depicts struggle for survival, struggle for movement, struggle for sleep, struggle for death. Option A, struggle for survival, is the right answer. What time was it when the man looked at his watch? 9 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, or 6 o'clock at night? 9 o'clock in the morning. Option C is the right answer. He excused the act to himself by looking at his watch. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, the very first paragraph. The story to build a fire is an example of romantic short story, naturalist short story, Shakespearean short story, or Victorian short story. Naturalist short story. Option B, naturalism, is the right answer. This is very important, naturalism. Question 11 now. The story is narrated by an omniscient narrator, a well-known narrator, an omnipotent narrator, a friendly narrator. Option A, an omniscient narrator, is the right answer. Third person, omniscient narrator, third person point of view. Now, the next question. What kind of relationship does the man and the dog share? Relationship of love, relationship of trust, relationship of enmity, or relationship based on self-interest? Option D, it was a relationship based on self-interest. And we will discuss this in the later part of the videos as well. Why was the man not alarmed by the lack of sun? It had been days since the man had seen the sun. The sun had just set. It had been months since the man had seen the sun, or it was a clear day. Option A, it had been days since the man had seen the sun. Again, the first paragraph. Read the text thoroughly. You will do really well. No need to worry. Question 14. The man is traveling in this territory for the first time, the second time, several times, or the third time. In fact, this is his first time. Option A, he is a newcomer here and he is experiencing this extreme and harsh winter also for the first time. Which of the following is used to describe the snow? A thin dark line, all pure white, unbroken white, or both B and C? The right answer is option D, both B and C. In the second paragraph, it is clearly mentioned. On top of this ice were as many feet of snow. It was all pure white, north and south as far as his eye could see. It was unbroken white. Now, the next question, question 16. What had no effect on the man? No sun in the sky, the great cold, the distant trail, or all of the above? The right answer is option D, all of the above. But all this, the distant trail, no sun in the sky, the great cold, and the strangeness of it all had no effect on the man. Understood? Now, the next question. What was the trouble with the man? He was long familiar with the place. He was not able to imagine. He was a newcomer in the land, or he contemplated and analyzed a lot. It's clearly mentioned again in the text itself. The trouble with him was that he was not able to imagine. So the right answer is option B, he was not able to imagine. Question 18. At dawn, the man turns aside from northern part of Canada, Bering Sea, Dawson, or the main Yukon Trail. At dawn, the man turns aside from the main Yukon Trail, option D. The man in To Build a Fire is a solitary hiker, farmer, robber, or a soldier. Well, he is a solitary hiker, option A. And remember one striking feature about this person, about this man. He is unnamed. He has no name. Question 20 now. He was quick and ready in the things of life. What does quick and ready imply? That he is incompetent, that he is active, that he is competent and resourceful, or that he is shrewd and cunning? The right answer is option C, competent and resourceful. Question 21. The man's limited imagination repeatedly causes him to underestimate the power of nature, ignore the people, survive, both B and C. The right answer is option A, underestimate the power of nature. And this is going to be his fatal flaw, his unawareness of the power of nature, which is established immediately in the very beginning of this short story. Question 22. What was the man not interested in? In the things of life, in the meanings of the things of life, thoughts of heaven, and the meanings of man's life, or both B and C? The right answer is option D, both B and C. Now, the trouble with him was that he was not able to imagine. He was quick and ready in the things of life, interested in the things of life, but only in the things and not in their meanings. So, I have chosen option B, and option C is also the right answer because of the following lines. Nor did he think about man's general weakness, able to live only within narrow limits of heat and cold. From there, it did not lead him to thoughts of heaven and the meaning of a man's life. Hence, D is the right answer. Degrees below zero meant dash degrees of frost, 100, 85, 90 or 80. The right answer is 50 degrees below zero meant 80 degrees of frost, option D. Two types of knowledge are discussed throughout the story To Build a Fire. Bookish knowledge, instinctual knowledge, scientific knowledge, both B and C. The right answer is D, both B and C, instinctual knowledge and scientific knowledge. Question 25. The main trail led 500 miles south to the Arabian Sea, the Chilkoot Pass, the Northern Island, or the Great Desert. Option B, the Chilkoot Pass, is the right answer. How is nature represented in the story? As an indifferent, disinterested force, as a malevolent force, as having a personal grudge against man, or as being ruthless to man? Option A, as an indifferent, disinterested force. Which of the following is not used to guard against extreme cold and a bite of frost? What are the things? Ear coverings, warm moccasins, mittens, or cotton socks? Option D, cotton socks is not used to guard against extreme cold and a bite of frost. It is mentioned in the text. From there, it did not lead him to thoughts of heaven and the meaning of a man's life. 50 degrees below zero meant a bite of frost that hurt, and that must be guarded against by the use of mittens, ear coverings, warm moccasins, and thick socks, not cotton socks. 50 degrees below zero was to him nothing more than 50 degrees below zero. What does this line reveal? That the man values empirical knowledge over experiential knowledge, that the man values advice of old men, that the man is a thinker, that the man has a strong sense of imagination. Option A is the right answer. We are given to understand that he values empirical knowledge over experiential knowledge, which later proves to be fatal for him. The experience of the old-timers will be of greater use than any precise thermometer, whether it is 50 or 75 below zero. But this is not what he thinks. Instead, he scoffs at the experienced men whom he considers rather womanish. Where was the man headed for? St. Michael, Nulato, Old Camp on Henderson Creek, or Chilkoot Pass? Option C, Old Camp on Henderson Creek is the right answer. Now, the next question. Who are the boys? Little boys, traveling companions, children, or cousins? The boys are actually traveling companions. Option B. When would the man be in camp? By 6 o'clock the next evening, by 6 o'clock in the morning, by 6 o'clock that evening, by 6 o'clock. The right answer is option C, by 6 o'clock that evening. He would be in the camp by 6 o'clock that evening. I am quoting from the text. Next question. How will the boys greet the man on Henderson Creek? With a smile, with a cake, with a fire and a hot supper. Well, they will greet him on Henderson Creek with a fire and a hot supper. Option D. What was under his jacket? A parcel, a package, his lunch, a box, his hot supper, or handkerchief only? The right answer is option B, a package, his lunch. Why was the man carrying his lunch inside his jacket? To hide it from the dog, so that it would not freeze, so that the boys would not see it. He did not have a tiffin box, so that it would not freeze. Option B is the right answer. The next question. What would he eat during lunch? Mutton chops, pieces of bread, each enclosing a generous portion of cooked meat, cake and burger, or salad and rice? Option B, pieces of bread, each enclosing a generous portion of cooked meat is the right answer. Next, 36. The man was dash. He was without a sled, glad, contented, displeased, or sad. He was glad. Option A. What is the color of the wolf-like dog's coat? Brown, black, grey, or pure white? Option C, grey. The dog represents everything that the man is not. Which of the following is not represented by the dog? The quality which you will not find in the dog. Aware of the power of natural world, instinctual, natural, or practical? The right answer is option D, practical. Practicality is not what we find in the dog. He is aware of the power of natural world. He is instinctual and he is natural. D is the right answer. Who is the dog's brother? Wild wolf, wild fox, wild hyena, wild cat. Wild wolf. Option A. Question 40. Its own feeling was closer to the truth than the man's judgment. What does this reveal? The dog uses his sense of smell to find its way and the man has to follow. The dog's instinctual knowledge is more helpful than the man's rationality. The dog feels that it is safer to hide and wait out the cold, unlike the man's approach to the situation. Both B and C. The most appropriate answer here is option D, both B and C. The dog's instinctual knowledge is more helpful. Indeed, it is more helpful. You will see that later than the man's rationality, his practicality, everything. The dog feels that it is safer to hide and wait out the cold, unlike the man's approach to the situation. And the man overlooks all the warning signs, his fatal flaw. Question 41. What was the temperature of the day? 75 degrees below 0, 50 below 0, 60 below 0, 32 above 0. 75 degrees below 0. Option A. Why was the dog worried? It sensed danger, it was very cold, it was hungry, or both A and B. The right answer is option D, both A and B. What are the dog's expectations from the man? Go into camp, seek shelter, build a fire, all of the above. The right answer is all of the above. What did the man have in his mouth? Tobacco, coffee, cooked meat, chocolate. Tobacco. The man was traveling at the rate of dash miles per hour. 2, 10, 5, 4. Option D, 4 is the right answer. He was not much of a thinker. What is the significance of this? The man is making mistakes which will contribute to his demise. The man is not intelligent despite being practical and resourceful. The man's imagination is limited as all of his thinking is limited. All of the above. Option D, all of the above is the right answer. Now, limited imagination of the man is very important. Learn this properly. What does the man not think of? Not think of. Risks and dangers of extreme cold, his plan for lunch, his arrival at the camp in the evening, union with his traveling companions. He does not think of the risks and dangers of extreme cold. He overlooks all the risks and dangers. He thinks of his arrival at the camp in the evening, union with his traveling companions, and about his plan for lunch. The next question. What a little frost, a bit painful, that was all. It was never serious. What figure of speech is evident? Simile, metaphor, hyperbole, or irony? Irony is the right answer. Option D. The man is committing a fatal flaw. His limited imagination will lead to his death. He is not aware of this and he is himself saying, a bit painful, that was all. It was never serious. Yes, it is going to be serious. He is going to lose his life, completely unaware of this fact. Hence, irony. The next question. Who is the antagonist in To Build a Fire? Dog, man, nature, or fire? Nature. Option C is the right answer.